Hello, students. Welcome back to another class of business studies. We were doing about the element of directing. We finished with the supervision and we are into motivation. And in our today's class, we are going to do a very important topic, that is Maslow's needs hierarchy theory of motivation. So, Maslow's need hierarchy theory of motivation is a very popular theory based on motivation and human needs. So, Abraham Maslow, 1908 to 1970, he is the father of humanistic psychology and creator of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So, Maslow's need hierarchy theory is always considered as the basic understanding or the basis for motivation in an individual or in any human being. So, Abraham Maslow is a well known psychologist, and he published one paper in the year 1943 which actually explained the elements of this theory of motivation. And this theory of motivation based according to Maslow is on the needs of human being. And Maslow felt that within every human being there exists a hierarchy of five needs. A hierarchy of five needs means the sequence, the on serial basis, 1 2 3 4 5. There are five needs according to Maslow, and in our today's class we'll study what are those five needs which will motivate a human being or an individual. And even in the context of the organization, what is actually motivating a human being is what Maslow is trying to tell us in this particular theory, that is Maslow's theory of need hierarchy of motivation. So this Abraham Maslow, psychologist, is explaining to us human being has different needs, and what are those needs we'll study in today's class one by one. So, Maslow's need hierarchy theory of motivation, the first need is the basic physiological needs. Second one is the safety and security needs, and the third one is affiliation belonging needs, and the fourth one is esteem needs, and the fifth one is self actualization needs. So, these are the five needs according to Maslow which will motivate an individual one by one. So, we'll study from the lowest level to the highest level. So, hierarchy means Maslow has grouped and placed and listed these needs according to the hierarchy from the lowest level to the highest level, from the basic to the highest self actualization need. So, this is how it goes one by one. We'll study. So, the first need is basic physiological needs, it's a physical need of a human being. So, according to Maslow, these needs are the basic needs of a human being, such as food, clothing, and shelter, water, sleep, etc. These needs are also known as the primary needs of a human being. So these are the basic needs every human being will want. First, the basic need what a human being will need is the food, clothing, shelter, or a house, or sleep, etc., which is very basic requirement of every human being. So in organizational context, it is the basic salary that helps an individual to actually satisfy these needs. So according to Maslow, this is the physiological needs, the basic and first need of a human being, that is food, clothing, shelter, and sleep. And in organization, it is the salary. The next need according to Maslow is next comes after the basic needs, that is food, clothing, shelter is satisfied. Then a human being will be motivated with the next need, that is the safety and security need. These needs provide safety and security or protection from physical and emotional harm. In the organizational context, it is the job security, stability of income, pension plans, etc. So there should be a feeling of security and safety from every physical or emotional harm. This is the second basic need according to Maslow. After the basic physiological needs, security and safety need will come the second in the hierarchy, wherein the human being feels the need for security and protection from any sort of harms and dangers or threats. And in the organizational context, it is the security, job security, that you will not be kicked out, and stability of income, study income, and pension plans, that is retirement plans. All these will matter in safety and security needs according to Maslow. The third need according to Maslow is the affiliation and belonging needs. These needs refers to love, affection, belongingness, acceptance, and friendship. In the organization context, it is the cordial relation with colleagues. Yes, this is one thing very important again. According to Maslow, once the basic physiological needs are satisfied, then safety and security needs are satisfied, then a human being will be motivated towards the affiliation and belonging needs. Affiliation and belonging needs is the love, affection, a sense of feeling that you are belonging to that particular group or society, acceptance, friendship. So in the context of an organization, it may be a good relationship with management or colleagues or your co-workers. So this is what is affiliation. And belongingness needs, which comes after the first two needs according to Maslow. So here comes love and affection and wanting and acceptance. Next need according to Maslow comes is the esteem needs. These needs are factors such as self-respect, status, attention, recognition, etc. In organization context, it is the job title and status. Yes. So after the affiliation and belongingness, cordial relationship with everybody in the society as well as in the organization is maintained and fulfilled, then a human being is motivated towards the next step or next level of need, that is the esteem need, which will include self respect and status and recognition and attention. So everybody's attention and status a human being will need after he fulfills the belongingness need. And in the organization, it is always the job title, what you have, the designation, or what title you have for yourself, or what position you have in an organization, and the status in the society. So this is what is esteem needs according to Maslow. Then comes the last and the most highest level of needs, that is self actualization needs. It is the highest level of needs according to Maslow in the hierarchy. It refers to the drive to become what one is capable of becoming. Yes, it's nothing but you have achieved everything. You become and you have achieved your goals. You become whatever you aimed at. You have achieved whatever you focused on. You have achieved and gained whatever you want. And this is what is called as self actualization need, which comes in the highest level of hierarchy, and it comes in the fifth level of hierarchy according to Maslow. It is the highest level of needs in the hierarchy, and it refers to becoming one who has the capability, who has the caliber of becoming something great, different from that of the other. So this needs in an organization will also include the achievement of goals, self development, growth, and self fulfillment, and all these will matter again in the organizational level. So this is what is according to Maslow the five very important needs, which is placed one after the other according to the from the lowest level to the highest level, from the basic to the self actualization needs. So here comes Maslow's needs based on these five particular need in the hierarchy. So we'll study this in the form of a diagram. We have these three important diagrams here, which will explain the hierarchical needs of an individual in an organization and the basic need according to Maslow. So in the first diagram, we can see here individual example, which comes from down, that is hunger. After the hunger is fulfilled, and the drive to have stability of income will be there, then friendship, then status, then self fulfillment, it goes upwards. So from the lowest level to the basic, from the basic level to the highest level, it goes in an individual. And when we are coming to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it is again what we studied: the basic physiological needs, the safety and security needs, the affiliation, belongingness needs, and esteem needs, and self actualization needs. In the organizational level, the example is the basic salary, the pension plan, and cordial relation with colleagues, and achievement, job title, and achievement of goal. So these are the examples in an individual or in an organization, how it works from the basic need to the highest level of need, how Maslow has placed each need according to its level, one after the other. So this is what is an individual example, and also from the point of organizational example, this diagram is given. So this is an important diagram. Now we'll study the assumptions of Maslow's theory, and which is based on certain assumptions, important assumptions, what Maslow has to say based on the theory. So people's behavior is based on their needs. Satisfaction of such needs will influence their behavior. So very much motivation or behavior, any drive, any aspirations, anything will actually make people to behave in such a manner so that the needs are fulfilled. So satisfaction of such needs will influence their behavior. Till that need is fulfilled, they behave accordingly till that need is fulfilled. So the second assumption is people's needs are hierarchical in order, starting from basic needs to higher level needs. Yes. So according to Maslow, there is another assumption that people's needs are from one level to another level. It is in order, it is in sequence from the lowest level, that is the basic level, from food, clothing, shelter, to the highest level, that is self actualization need, that is you have achieved your maximum self fulfillment needs. So this is the second assumption. The third assumption of Maslow's theory is a satisfied need can no longer motivate a person, only higher level need can motivate him or her. Yes, a satisfied need can no longer motivate a person. Yes, when you have sufficient food, you have sufficient sleep, you have a good luxurious house, then it will no more motivate you to work towards it. The next need of safety and security will drive you to work towards the goal. So this is what Maslow is trying to tell you. If one need is satisfied, you are no longer motivated with that particular need. The fourth assumption is a person moves to the next higher level of hierarchy only when the lower level needs are satisfied. Yes. The fourth very important assumption of Maslow's theory is where a person will not skip any level. He goes to another level only after the lower level in the hierarchy is fulfilled completely and he's satisfied. Only when basic physiological needs are satisfied, he goes to and he works towards the safety and security needs. And only when safety and security needs are satisfied, he works towards affiliation and belongingness needs. And after affiliation and belongingness, he doesn't skip any other need. He goes step by step according to the hierarchical order, that is esteem needs, and once that is fulfilled, then goes to the highest level of needs, that is self actualization needs. So this is what is the or all the assumptions of Maslow's theory, which is very much based on hierarchical and level of needs from the basic to the highest level of needs. These are the four very important assumptions of Maslow's theory. So the conclusion here, Maslow's theory focuses on needs as the basis for motivation. Yes, need is very important and is a fundamental base or foundation of motivation. So Maslow's theory helps the managers to realize that need level of employee should be identified to provide motivation to them. Yes, it's very important here. So it focuses on needs as a foundation, or it is the fundamental or the basis for motivation, and it is widely recognized and appreciated. So it had some criticisms, however, but despite of all these criticisms, this theory is very popular and it is accepted, and it is accepted by the whole society, and it's very important to understand the behavior. So this will tell the managers of an organization to realize what are the employee needs and what is their level of need. It should be identified properly so that they will be motivated properly. So this is what is Maslow's need hierarchy theory of motivation, which is based on human behavior. According to their needs, they will be motivated. So this is all for today's class, dear students. I hope you have understood. In our next class, we'll study about the financial and non-financial incentives. Thank you.